Hello everyone, I'm Monica the Creative Beast and I'm here to share one of my art books made for the Are You Book Enough monthly art book challenge. If you'd like to learn more about this wonderful art book challenge and community, there will be information beneath this video so you can learn more and even participate. So the book I wanted to share today is a book that I made in July 2018. The theme was treasure. And I had a lot of fun making this book. It's something I've made before, and I want to go ahead and start showing you the book, which you can see here, Treasure. And I worked with the idea, the old saying that one man's trash is another man's treasure. And I'm somebody who really loves to recycle books and recycle materials to make a lot of my art books. So this is a book that is made out of old ephemera, things that would have gone in the trash that I've turned into treasure, as it were. And I consider treasure as a sort of fortune, so I added the word fortune to the cover. So let's just take a quick peek. So I've used some raw craft board for the covers, stuff that would have gone into the trash, but I really treasure craft paper and cardboard, so that's what went into the covers for the front and the back. I have gone to flea markets in the past and picked up vintage paperback novels in French language, so that is making up some of the cover decoration. The corners were from another piece of ephemera. I really love numerical tables, and I had spray inked some paper, and these were some of the scraps left over, so I just turned them into corners to use for the book. It's a little rolling rubber stamp that's on the front, and on the back some vintage number tickets and script tickets are here. You can see some French language from the novel page. This is a bottle cap that I've embellished. Someone I used to follow, somebody's blog I used to follow back in the day, she shared some of her embellished bottle caps, and I did some versions of my own, and this is one of them. That photo is a vintage photo that's part of my ephemera photo collection. I used to do a lot of flea markets back in the day, and I have a lot of collected materials. This is from a strand of beads. I think they belonged to my grandmother, and I figured out a way to get them all the way around and have a few loose ones at the bottom of the bottle cap. And even the thread is some old embroidery thread that belonged to my grandmother. So I've used it. You can kind of make out some tea age staining on it, which would have been trash, but I consider treasure. And I used some other paper ephemera. This is from a shopping bag that came from my beloved art retreat. There were some goodies in it, or I must have gone to a shop that used these shopping bags in town. And so those are sort of the end papers. You can see here's the little colophon. Are You Book Enough July 2018 Treasure. And this is mostly, you know, some ephemera, some regular paper. I like to use tracing paper because of the transparency so you can see what's underneath. Vintage sheet music, features in a lot of my books, graph paper, old college ruled lined paper. You can see where the signature is tied up there. Let's see, what are some other papers? Some old lined paper, really vintage lined paper that I've come across on my travels. Plain drawing paper, children's lined college paper, so you can practice your upper and lowercase lettering. Let's see, some funky drawing art paper for kids. It's almost like bogus paper, but not really. It's just some cotton rag paper. But I have a little bit of that. Oh, let's see, a scrap from, let's see, I think this was a philosophy encyclopedia that I have. So it talks about all these different kinds of philosophies. So if you have this little book with you in your purse, you know, you could learn about Anselm of Canterbury. So in a way, it's, you know, something that can entertain you while you're out and about if you were to carry this little book with you. Learn about anticipation while you're sitting waiting for the dentist or the doctor. More tissue paper, manuscript paper. Music is a big factor in my life. I used to dance. I love music. Music was a big part of my household growing up. My father plays piano. Some drawing paper, graph paper, lined paper, manuscript paper, maps. I love old maps. So here's a, oops, sorry about that. My camera started moving. Okay, sorry about that. I'll try and watch that in the future. But old map pages, yay, old map pages. I love maps. Those get put into my books a lot. Here's an index, probably from the back of a dictionary. I like indexes too. Those are starting to feature in my books. So, you know, stuff that would have been discarded, scraps of old things, make up some of the pages of this book, as well as some old thread, an old shopping bag, old pages from old novels that were coming apart, craft board, which would have gone in the trash. And I bound this book in what I call an exposed spine style. So essentially I glued the signatures together carefully and then added little strips of fine linen to really keep it together. And then those got glued into the end papers inside. So you can't really see them. And I tried to bind it as tightly as possible so when you open the pages, there aren't any gaps. I think I did pretty well with this book. Some earlier versions are not as good because this is a book I have made before, or at least the style of it is something I've made before with the exposed spine. I have a few that I have sold or donated for auction. I have one that I need to finish, like this one here. And this one I've added some hand stitching to paper and then glued it in place. And I'm going to add this to the cover somewhere. I don't know if it's going to be there or a little lower. Or I'll figure it out. But this is one I need to finish. You can see the exposed spine. I need to figure out some end papers to hide the linen, and then that will help hide the gap. You can see there's manuscript paper, dictionary page, kids lined paper. What else is in here? Blank and graph paper for note making. There's some pretty drawing paper is here. So if I could just finish up this book. Oh, some scrap paper, tracing paper, some litter paper. So once I get this book finished, yeah, that's pretty good binding. Can't really see any gaps that I can see. So once I finish this one, I can put it in my Etsy shop. So I'll figure out where to put that photo. And I'll add a little embellishment on the back, put in the end papers. So it will be like this book here. Treasure. Are you book enough? July 2018. So I hope you liked this flip through of my book, Treasure. And I'll be back again with another flip through of another art book for the Are You Book Enough monthly art book challenge. So thanks so much for stopping by to watch. I hope you'll subscribe to this channel so you can see other flip through videos that I'll be making as the year progresses. I have a lot of books I've made for the monthly book challenge. I share some of my other art books and other books that I bind. And I do e-courses as well on Teachable. Some of them are book-based, so you'll find all those links down below this video. And if you subscribe, then you can turn on notifications, so when I have another video to share, you won't miss out on it. So thanks again for stopping by to watch. I look forward to sharing more books with you, and I'll see you next time.